What is going on? This is Jabari, Legacy Real Estate YouTube page, and I wanted to actually take this time to go over Cashflow Friday, but I wanted to give you a different approach. So I always talk about the game, the benefits, and so this is actually one of the virtual ways you can play this game. Now, I usually keep this as a secret, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it to you because I think it's a great way for you to learn and start investing. And so what I'm going to do is go in and play this game as the different people to help you understand, number one, how do you get out the rat race? And then number two, how do you get on a fast track? And how do you make the right decisions to get to those points, depending on who you are as your profession? So I'm just going to play against the computer, and my job here is to simply teach you. So let's sit back and let's look at how to play the game and see how you can start mentally training yourself to get out of the rat race. Okay, so I am going to go on off the camera because pretty much I want you to really pay attention to the screen, not me. So, all right. Okay, so first thing first, you always get to pick a dream. So just like in real life, you want to say, hey, what are the things that you want to accomplish? And this here is just say, pick a dream. Now, I always go for own a private island. I'm sorry, jet seeker. So own a private jet for a year and whisk your way around wherever your heart's desires. Okay. So cool thing about this, I'm a truck driver. All right. So in this example, a truck driver makes $2,500. This is a month, and he only has $750 in savings. And then that means his starting cash flow is going to be $750. Okay. So I'm going to choose this as my dream. And then now it's going to tell me to roll. Now, before I roll, I want you to understand you always have your financial statement. So the goal of this game is to get your passive income to exceed your expenses. All right. So over here, you have your income statement. All right. So my income statement, this is going to say, well, the only flow I have is what? My salary, my income in this case, which is my truck driver. But underneath here, it gives me places to say if I have dividends or interest that I want to, that's going to give me cash flow from them. And then at the bottom, you're going to see some of the expenses that he has. So he don't have too much expenses. Obviously, he doesn't have much. So that's a very typical. It's a life lesson is typically what we do is based on the type of life we have and we live. And with that money we make, obviously, we surround ourselves with the expenses associated with that. So if you look at the bottom, you see no assets. And that's the point. Put assets into your put assets on your balance sheet, because this is your balance sheet at the bottom, so that you can have something that's going to be producing. So we'll learn about that later. Home mortgage overall, what he owes on it, 38,000, car loan 4,000, 2,000, 1,000. Okay, pretty simple. Now, total income, total expenses, then my payday, the difference is that's what I have to actually invest or do whatever I want to. All right, so we'll get that out the way. Let's roll. So number one, I land on deals. Now, deals, you have an option to say, I want to look at small deal, I'm going to look at big deal. So in this case, I'm just going to go for a small deal. So this is a stock. It's called Growth for You. Now, it gives you an example and tell you how you can invest. Now, a stock is simply just you buy a share, right? And this is a simple, small way to invest. And you can do this with NFTs today or whatever, but this is going to tell you the cost of this share is $40 a share. You get no cash flow from it, but the trading range is from $10 to $30. So based on the history, this have traded for $10 to $30. So for me, what that communicates to me, this stock is at its highest point, and I don't really want to own none this year, so I'm gonna pass. All right. So I end my turn, and I'm gonna roll again. All right. So I passed my payday. So anytime I pass over or land on this payday, I get paid. And so you can see my dollar amount went up 80 times 2. So now I landed again on a deal, and that's going to ask me if I want to do small or big. I'm going to do small again and see what's there. Hey, here's an opportunity to buy stock. Okay, for you, drug company. And it's for $10, and it could trading range from 5 to 10. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to buy some of this because I know that it could potentially sell for $40 sometime in the future. So How much should I buy? Let's say I'm gonna buy $600 worth. Okay. So I'll buy $600 and that ends my turn. Okay. So let's roll again. All right. So this is doodads. Now, doodads is something that teaches you like these are things that you have to pay for. Either you just weren't planning for or just expenses that could have been easily avoided. So I had a tax audit. So, taxes are going to come. They're going to cost you. So in this case, I had to pay $350. So now my money go down to 680. All right. Now you look here on my asset sheets, I have 60 shares are okay for you at $10 a share. All right. So that's what it started looking like when you add assets. Now I have no income coming from it, but I have an asset in my balance sheet, which is at the very bottom. And so I'm gonna end my turn. I'm gonna roll again. Another deal come up, I'm gonna go with small. Now trading range is 40. I'm gonna pass on that. Okay. So we're in that and I'm gonna roll again. Got paid, so passed over that payday, so I got paid again. And remember, all the income is coming from is just my truck drivers. I'm not getting paid on this asset that I spent $600 on. So another deal, small deal, a big deal. Small stock opportunity, ON to you. Trading range cost today is 30, trading range of 10 to 30. I'm gonna pass, right? Buy low is always the goal if you're looking at those type of options. So we're gonna end my turn, roll again. Okay, downsides. So this is just a reminder to help you, like you have to pay your full expenses and you lose 2 turns. Now, if I was playing in a game with you and just kind of understand how this works, I will lose 2 turns. So basically, I have to pay a total of my expenses by downsizing, but then also I'll lose 2 turns. Now, if you look at how much I have to pay from what I have as far as cash, I don't have enough. So this actually is going to lead to help you understand, I'm about to take out a loan. So I don't have enough. And I actually need an extra $1,000 to help me have the total of my expenses, which is $1,620. And so anytime you take out a loan, for every $1,000, it's a 10% loan. So for every $1,000, your payment is $100. So I take out $1,000 loan so that I can pay that. And so my expenses went up because I have a loan. Now you see a loan came up right here, 1,000, and then my loan payment went up in my expenses column, which means my total expenses actually went up. So although I'm going to pay 1,620, my expenses now go up. Okay, so I'm going to pay that, and I'm gonna lose 2 turns. So I end that, and I'm going to be skipped. So yep, I'm going to be skipped again. And now it's time for me to roll. All right. So now it's my turn is up. Expenses went up. So now my payday that I get is a little bit lower. So check this out. So here's a great lesson. All right. So I invested my money when I had it a little. And now when I invested, I bought it at $10 a share. Well, guess what? Now those 60 shares I own, it now low inflation leads to high share prices for this long-term maker of medicine. So the market, because it was low inflations, actually increased this drug company to start the stock went up. So it's now $40. Now I'm not going to buy, but let's look at how much I get if I sell. Okay, so I get $2,400 if I sell my stock. I'm going to sell that because that's money I need right now. So sell that, and now you look on your income statement, my assets is gone. Now I have this cash. Now I have $3,000 for a truck driver. It's a lot of money. Like recently I just had, my expenses went up $1,000. So I can choose to pay my loan off, which is $1,000, or not. So right now I'm going to choose not. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this turn, and I'm gonna roll again. Okay. New clothes came up, so I actually going to pay $250. So It makes you think about shopping. It's like, why do I actually need this? Now, here's a cool thing. Now, if you choose to donate 10% of your income, you get to actually roll 2 die. And so in the game, you roll 1 die, but in this case, when you roll 2 die, you get to go further in the board. Sometimes you get more paydays. And the goal in charity is that when you give, you actually receive more money back. And so I'm going to donate 10%, which is 250, which is just obviously my cash flow. And in that, and now I'm gonna roll. I have the option to roll 2 dice for a few times. Went to a concert, $180. These doodads, these start to make sense after a while. Like, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to stack my money up. All right, got to downsize again. It's a sad day, very sad day. All right, in. Yep, get skip, roll. Okay, we finally got to another investment. So should I do big deal, small deal? So it's telling me to go small if it's 5,000 or less. So I'm gonna kind of just go with the rules for this one. Stock opportunity trading is 10 to 30. Cost is 30 today. I'm gonna pass. Okay. So now I have to keep rolling. Buy a new watch. So this is typical when you have money and you don't have any assets. When you have that money sitting there, you are more likely to just, put it on stuff. So let's see if we can get to another deal. Okay, so let's see what deal opportunity. So MY2U electrical company. I can choose to own this. Weak market leads to sagging prices for this home electrical seller. So I'm going to choose to pass. I want to find something that's going to pay me at this point because I still have the 2,400 from the deal, from the stock that I sold recently. So this is borderline, right? Now I'm gonna go to big and see what it says. All right. So 20 acres of land. So this 20 acres of land currently zoned residential, possibly a good appreciation if rezoned commercial. Now, my goal is to get cash flow. I, at some point, can't always just buy just for the goal of moving forward or hoping for something in the future, because in this case, I'm going to lose this money that I just profited from, and I'm not going to get any return. And if my goal is to get my passive income to exceed my expenses, well, you get it, right? So let's go ahead and pass on that. But you get a chance to obviously see that, and it's pretty cool to see what happens. So let's end that. Roll. Oh, so I got paid again, got over $5,000. Let's look at another big deal and see what happened. All right. So it's a duplex for sale. All right, now let's look at some real estate. Duplex owner must sell to pay hospital bill. 2 tenants in place. All records is a good investment opportunity. So scenario for the seller, they want to sell. And it's 2 tenants, good record. So that means, not behind. This is a great opportunity. Now, interesting thing on this one is that the cost is $60,000. My cash flow is $400, but I only have 5,400 and the down payment is 12,000. So in this case, I got to ask myself, can I purchase this? Now, by doing the math, I'm gonna assume I can't, right? Now, I'm gonna pass on this one, but I'm gonna teach you a lesson later. Okay, and keep rolling. Got a payday, so I got a little bit more money, so I got 6,000 now. So keep rolling. All right, we got enough deals. Go big deal again. Okay. All right, so 8plex for sale. Owner legal troubles lead to a sales force of this 8plex. Now, do I have $40,000? Absolutely, I don't. I only have $6,000. So I'm not able to get the deal, so I'm gonna pass. All right. Now we're gonna roll and payday. So my money is going up. I'm stacking my money, which is great, but I want to make sure that I use it wisely. Now, small deal, big deal. All right, let's attempt to look at let's look at a small deal this time. Let's see what happens. Okay, start a company, cost is 5,000. No profits in the startup, just long hours and extra pay. So this is interesting because you need to take in mind when you start a company, you know, understand that this is sometimes what it takes. And hey, it's a part of it, but it's a lesson learned. Do you still invest or not? In this case, I am going to pass. Okay, roll it. Let's get me another deal opportunity. Should I do small deal, big deal? Let's go big, baby. Let's go big. Let's see what we get. Ah, man, another great deal, but I'm not in position. So project for Plex for sale in rehabilitating neighborhood, owner being forced out for income tax lien. So this one here does not make sense. However, let's look at something. So even though I don't have the money, I have $7,000, but this is one way you want to start thinking in this game. And this is one of the reasons I'm going for the big deals, to not only teach you, not only, go big, but also how to start structuring your mind to seeing the deals when they're there. So I have $7,000. Now, I'm gonna hit buy, and it's going to make it very clear to me. You got to take out a $13,000 loan. Now, remember, that's 10% of whatever the loan amount is going to be. In this case, like a hard money loan. Now, I see my cash flow is going to be $1,300 on this deal. So if I took out a loan and my cash flow is actually $400, I'm gonna be in the negative. So that's not going to be a good deal for me, even though I can get a loan. So just keep that in mind as we start looking at other deals. I'm gonna pass. So let's roll. Plex buyer. So this is a great opportunity if I was able to buy duplex. Is someone who's come to offer 40,000 per unit. So if I own a duplex, fourplex, eightplex, buyer has their own finance. If you sell, pay off the related mortgage and give up the cash flow, and you receive the money on this property. So can't really go into that in depth, but it'd been great if I would be able to buy it. All right. Let's roll. Oh, downsize. You see, it's not beneficial to hold your money for too long because other things come up. So velocity of money. Shout out to Terrence Murphy, who was teaching me about that. So got to get skipped, roll, and demand for breakfast in bed. So these cards are the blue sections, which is like the market. So this is just telling you like different things that are happening within a market. So this is just letting you know if you own the bed and breakfast, how this would affect you. Now, you have no assets that match this card, so we're going to move on, okay? So in that, roll another deal. Let's go ahead and hit small deals, see if we can find a good opportunity. So raw land, wonderful park-like setting with streams on 10 acres, undeveloped area, no roads, no utilities, no noise. All right. So do I take this money and invest in this raw land? In this case, remember, my goal is to get my passive income to exceed my expenses. Right now, these are great deals and they may have some potential in the future, but I am investing for cash flow. That's why I always talk about this: invest for cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. Okay. So I'm gonna pass. And that here, enrolled furniture, $300. Gotta pay it. All right. Enrolled. All right. Here's a deal. Should I go small or big? Small or big? All right. Let's go. Let's go big. Oh man. So need $40,000. I only have $8,000. So my cash flow is going to be roughly, it's going to be very negative, even though the cash flow is strong. Okay. So we're going to pass in on that. Roll. Downside. See, you just can't hold your money. So we got to find a way to invest. So this here is a opportunity for apartment house buyer. I don't own anything, so you can see what happens, savers or loser, right? All I'm doing is just waiting for the perfect deal, and that's part of the lesson. You can't sit around letting your money just sit there and you don't do anything, because expenses are going to continue to come up, downsides is going to keep coming up, and you're going to lose some of that money. Okay, so now we got to find a way. Let's donate. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And you can see my money keep going up and down, right? Regardless. And I still haven't gotten any investments. Still have my $2,400, but it's like I need to find a way to actually start making money. So let's roll 2 die. Went to dinner, $80. I got the extra cash. Why not spend it? This is what happened just with time. Okay, small deal. I'm gonna go to small deal. I want to find something. And here's one. Condo for sale, 2 bedroom, 1 bath. An older 2-1 offers by a young couple who wants to move up to a 3-2, available soon. So if I buy this property, I have $5,000. My cash flow is going to be 160. Now, it doesn't go into like the expenses when it comes to mortgage and all that, how much you got to pay, but it just tell you after your mortgage, after everything, your cash flow from this house on a monthly basis is going to be 160. I'm going to take that because that 160 for me at this point is worth it. And I have the money where I don't have to have any debt behind it. So let's buy that. All right. So now let's look at our statement. Our income now has went up. I have a 2-1 condo in a cash flow 160. And you see this little marker start to go up. And you see here in the assets column is that my real estate business, the cost of it was $55,000. I put $5,000 down, and now my liabilities is $50,000. So I still owe $50,000 on it. Okay. So we got our first investment. Woohoo! All right, let's keep going. Roll to die. Oh, them downsizes. It's hurting the brother. I am losing all my money on the downsides. Got to skip my turn. Man. Yep, go to a small deal, start a company. What you think I'm gonna do? You're right. I'm not gonna do it. So pass and end and let's see here. We can donate. Oh man, some donations, right? I'm starting to question them. No, you shouldn't do that. All right, roll 2. It's your choice what you do, donate or not. I'm choosing to donate so I can get more turns in this game specifically. So let's look at a small deal. Cash flow range cost is $20, trading range 10 to 30. I'm going to pass on that. All right, roll again. All right, deal. Let's go. Small deal. Oh, 3-2 house, low down payment, cash flow of $100. I am going to take this deal. Why? Because I have the $3,000. I want to put it into something that's going to pay me, because the more that I have something paying me, the less I have to work. Okay. So I have a total of $260, which is great. Now, remember expenses over your passive income. So 260 passive, total expenses 1720. All right. So let's end there. Let's roll 2 die. And let's see. Small deal. MYT for you, electrical company, record interest leads to sustaining share price for this home electrical seller. So I'm going to buy, and I am probably going to buy quite a bit on this one, just to be honest with you. Let's see here. Let's go back. See, I'm gonna go 120 shares. Okay, by that. And as you can see, I don't have much money, but that's kind of how I want to do it. Roll it, got paid, look at a small deal. All right, this is a great deal. All right, so here's a great opportunity to learn how the rich use debt. So this is the 3-2 house, possessed by the government agency, ready to go with government financing and a tenant. It's only $35,000, 35,000. Cash flow 220. My down payment is 2,000. Okay, I only have $1,000. Can I still get this? So if my cash flow is 220, I don't hit buy. What happens? I have to still take out a loan. The loan is just going to be for $1,000. My cash flow in this case is actually going to be 120 until I pay this loan off. So I'm going to still take this loan, and I am going to use my $1,000. So together, now I kick a loan out, and I'm going to cash flow. I am going to cash flow. So you see my loan went up to $2,000. So remember, I took the other loan out, and I still have this one. So my loan payment is $200. So I'm going to buy that. So now I have 3 investments, and that's 220, 100, and 160. Okay. And that's what I'm getting monthly. So I get a total of 480. Now my expenses went up 1820. So we'll look at that here shortly. So we're in that and we roll. Okay. I have option to donate. I don't have enough money, right? So that is a real thing sometimes. All right, roll. And so I'm getting paid, so that's good. So passive income and my salary is paying me. So I have 1,400 in the bank. So let's end that. Let's roll. Look at small deal. Small deal come up. Quick friends need a quick cash. A friend has urgent need for money. We'll say you 10 1-ounce gold, well below going rate for $300 each. So it's a great opportunity, as I can get something, promise or potential in the future. But me personally, I really stay away from these deals. So I am going to personally say no. So hit in and roll. All right, small deal. Let's see what we got. Oh man, MYT4U Electrical. It went up to $40. I have 120 shares. Remember, right here, my assets, and it's $5. So I'm gonna sell $4,800. Let's go. All right. So let's sell. So now you can see my income went up. My cash went up, actually, excuse me. And so let's end that, and we're gonna roll. Now, Plex buyer, I don't have a Plex, so I don't get the chance to actually benefit from this. So we're done, hit in, roll again. All right, small deal, big deal, small deal, big deal. What should I do? Let's go big. Man, right on the money. So 3-2 house needs cash to save his business, currently occupied by a happy tenant. You know what? I got the money. Here's another asset I can add to my portfolio. Let's do it. Buy it. Okay. So now look at this. I have 4 properties, all totaling at 680 passive income. This is my income statement. Remember, this is my balance sheet at the bottom. Okay. So the truck job doing pretty good. All right. He's learning a lot about money. All right. So we're going to end that. Let's roll again. Another opportunity. I don't have enough, so we're going to go small deal. Condo for sale, $5,000, but the cash flow is $100. Now, in this case, it doesn't make sense for me to get this. Even if I took a loan out, it's going to be a loan of $500, and my cash flow is going to be negative $400. So I'm going to pass. Okay. Okay, check this out. This is one of the values of owning assets, right? So a Plex, condo, excuse me, he's offering $45,000 for a 2-1 condo. Buyer has their own finance, blah, 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 blah. So if I choose to sell, he's going to offer me $45,000. So let's look at this, right? Does this make sense? If I was to select that, I would be a negative 5,000. I don't want to sell that, but great chance. No, thank you. I'll pass. Done. Moving on. Okay. Small deal. Preferred stock, high yield. You can get cash flow of $10 in this case. You know, I can own. Let's just buy one. Let's just get some cash flow going on. So when I go up to shares, so because I own 1 shares, it's paying me $10 a share, pay $1,200 for it. Okay. So I'm going to end that and roll. No land, $1,000. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and actually pay one of my loans down $100 so I can get more cash flow. So now my loan payment is $100. My other loan is $1,000, but I get a little bit more back now because I pay down one of those loans. So remember, my original total expense was $1,620. Still got another loan out. Okay. And a little bit of method to my madness, but I'll explain that later. So $700. Should I take it? Should I not? I'm not going to take it. All right. I'm gonna have to take it, right? So that's what happens. But the good thing about it is that, I got about almost $700 in cash flow. So that helps. It didn't come all out my salary, right? When you have these expenses that come up. Okay, so let's roll. Payday came up. So let's roll again. And deal. Small, pass, and road. All right, another deal opportunity. Look at a small deal. Now, 3-2. And you look at the very bottom, regardless of what they say, it's going to cash flow negative $100. Now, a lot of people have these deals come up and it doesn't cash flow off the gate, and they say, I can sell it and it could appreciate. Yeah, but I'm not in. That works for certain people who are at a different place. My truck driver, he cannot afford to do anything like that right now. He investing strictly in passive income. So we're going to pass. In roll. Let's look at some small deals. MY2U business is up dramatically, and the company is doing so well that shares have just split. So I don't have any stock, so I don't benefit from that. I sold it. Roll. Oh, got a small deal. So okay for you. It's dropped by 10,000. I mean, to $10. So I'll just say we will buy $1,000 worth of shares. So $100. And so in that, let's roll. Don't have a small business, so that doesn't benefit me. And done. Man, roll again. Oh man, here you go. Buying a new fishing rod. Stay away from the fishing rod. Just stay away. You got the money. You see how these expenses start to come up. Good thing I have some passive income that help me take care of that. So let's look at small. So do I want to do this? A certificate of deposit? Not really. I don't want to put $5,000 up to only get $20 when I can literally put $5,000 up and I'm getting $160 a month. So I know personally that I'm going to stay away from this. I did it one time just to get a little cash flow from it, but I'm gonna pass. And that one was different. That was a certificate deposit. That one was shares, but I digress. Small, $30 MYTK. No, MYT for you. I'm gonna pass on that. And roll. Oh, downsides. I seen it coming. All right, we got to skip 2 turns. Let's skip that. Rolling. All right, small deal. Oh, shuck it, duck it now. 3-2. Does it make sense? 160. I only got 2,000. If I was to buy it, my payment's going to be 300. I'm going to say no because my cash flow is going to be negative. I can't take that risk. So we're going to roll again. Hey, check this out. You are offered $135,000 for a 3-2 rental buyer has their own finance. Now, let's look at the math on this because I only owe, look at that, $35,000, and he's offering me $135,000. What you think I'm gonna do on that? Now, I'm gonna choose to sell, and here's my strategy. And it's important to understand why would you do this in the real world. I'm going to do this so that I can get a better income, a better cash flow. So I sell this, I'm going to lose my cash flow from this, right? So my passive income is going to go down, but I'm going to get $120,000, 102, excuse me. So I'm going to sell it, okay? And I'm going to sell this one too, $88,000. That's a good profit. It's kind of hard to move to not take advantage of that. So I'm going to do it. Should I take that? You know what? I'm going to do it. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. But take that. Let's repay that $1,000 off. Okay. So I got $270,000. Now, I want to put this in perspective. All I did was own an asset, and that person come over looking for a 3-2 and was offered $135,000. That is the power of having assets. People are always looking for assets and they're willing to give more. You just need to be in a position of owning it. Okay. So let's end that. Let's roll. pay for a cappuccino, it's an expensive cappuccino, but you're feeling a little good about yourself. But guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to the big deal. Car wash for sale. Family car wash for sale. Family Feud wants out ASAP. Prime location, high growth area. $50,000 down payment, $1,500 passive income. Guess what? Cash flow. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy it. And that's the power of owning your assets and understanding how you can allow someone else to buy it off. They paid the mortgage off, right? You didn't, all you did was had the tenant and they came and bought it, gave you more for it. And now you walked into another opportunity, had the money because you didn't spend it. And now we are out of the rat race. So congratulations. And so now we're going to go to the fast track where it teaches you to take advantage of building your income just off the businesses. Okay. So we're going to put, okay, see the instructions. So now my starting balance to win is to increase your cash flow day income. So my income goal is 217 in passive income. Right now I'm at 167. Okay, so that's my cash. All it takes is just how much I earned from my first level, which was when I was in a rat race. But now I'm on this outside board, which is now I get the chance to look at businesses and buy businesses. So shout out to Murph, who is literally living this example right now. So, and teaching everyone, and got the chance to learn from him and teach others. So thank you for following my page. If you looking this far, this is why I'm passionate about this, because this is the way the rich get rich. Okay. So roll quick full mark. And I love it because all it tells you is like, this is $5,000 a month that you would get. This is a 50% cash on cash return. So you would invest $5,000, I'm sorry, $120,000, and your cash flow would be $5,000. And so it's pretty good. You want to buy it in that roll. Okay. Get to donate, right? You got more money, you can donate now. But I'm gonna pass because look, my cash is only $47,000. I need a payday before I can do anything else. So got to end that roll. I got to pass. I don't have enough money. It'd be great to buy a heat and AC service company, but I can't today. All right. So pass, in, and roll. Got to pass. Truck part company. Man, that would have been great if I had the money to invest in it, but I'm short on cash. All right. Let's roll. All right. Got a payday. So now I have 219, which is now with my new cash flow. I got money from that and my other investments that I had before I got to this level. And so now let's end that and let's keep it rolling. So I'm gonna pass. It's not my dream. So this is all this opportunity. If it was my dream, I would end the game. So pass, in, and roll. Not my dream. I don't want to be a mayor. So we're gonna pass. All right. So this would have been good if I had 250. Cash flow would have been 10,000. That would have definitely got me closer to my goal, but I don't have it. Got to pass. Okay. And another dream. It's not for me. Pass. And another payday. Hey, now my money went up. I got over close to $400,000. Okay. So this is getting better. When these deals come up, I can maybe invest in them. Oh, there it is. My dream. Oh man, you know what I'm gonna do? And that is how you win the game. Literally, the lesson from here is I started off as a truck driver. The truck driver only had $2,500, and now this truck driver has an income of 172 that we ended because I hit my goal, and now passively I have $172,000 coming into me every time I get paid. And now I'm going to go fly around in my private jet. All right. So listen, I thank you for watching this, and I hope you learned some lessons as I went from the rat race as a truck driver with no assets to now living off of passive income. So this is how the rich do. They get to a point where they have enough cash flow coming in, and then they start investing more in businesses. So that's why you see people like Shark Tank, they're investing in businesses, right? It's always a goal to increase your passive income, but you got to understand, how do you get to this point? You get to this point by not always spending your money on doodads. Getting this point by not falling for those people who are coming for you to ask for opportunities, but focus on passive income first. This is what I did with me and my family. And this is what I always would teach. All right. So thank you. Please subscribe to my page as I'll continue to do other people on the game. It's several other professionals that you can play as, and a lot of lessons you can learn from them. But the truck driver was our lesson for today. And if you want a chance to maybe be able to play with me in this, so we can learn a little bit more and you can think about scenarios in your life and I can coach you in it, I'll love to do it. So just subscribe to this page, comment on this, let me know what you think, and I look forward to talking to you soon.